It's easy to think of reasons why the internet might support migration. It provides easy access to information about other countries and shifts material aspirations upward by showing what life is like elsewhere. Social media can give people insights into destination countries that may not have otherwise been on their radar. Social media could also make leaving home feel marginally easier, since it's a way to maintain contact with family across borders. On the other hand, there are reasons why the internet may discourage migration. The internet might contribute to economic growth and job creation in a country, decreasing people's desire to migrate in search of a better economic situation. Or it could enable more remote work, making it unnecessary to physically leave to find a better job. To find out exactly how the internet affects migration, researchers looked at data from the World Bank, the International Telecommunication Union, the Global Peace Index, the Arab Barometer, and the Gallup World Poll to track internet usage and migration patterns. The data showed positive associations between people's access to the internet and their willingness and actual decisions to migrate. This doesn't necessarily mean that the one causes the other, but it might. Whether we love the internet or hate it, nobody can argue that it isn't influential.
Nostalgia actually has a pretty wild history. The term was coined in 1688 by a Swiss medical student who was working on his dissertation. And at that time, what he noticed was there were these soldiers that were coming down from the Swiss Alps to fight wars in the plains of Europe who were feeling very anxious and distressed. And so he coined the term nostalgia to represent this pain associated with people's longing for their homeland. And he saw it very much as a disease. If you fast forward to the present day, you would discover that nostalgia is actually considered a psychological resource. It's actually very helpful for our health and well-being. And what we discovered through careful experimentation using tools of modern behavioral science is that it's actually not the case that nostalgia makes people miserable. It's when people are miserable that they turn to nostalgia. And nostalgia doesn't reinforce that misery, it actually comforts them. And then even more recently, we've discovered that it actually motivates and mobilizes us to improve our lives and to pursue the goals that are meaningful to us.
Dyslexia is a learning disorder. The reader has difficulty linking a language's proper speech sounds to letters and words. The brain struggles to learn how to automatically connect a word's pronunciation with what it looks like on the page. While scientists are still researching dyslexia's exact causes, the general agreement is that a dyslexic brain has trouble combining visual and sensory information. Consider the process that our brain has to go through to read. Break down the visual word into its individual letters. Convert those letters to sounds, then blend the sounds to create the whole spoken word. The process of breaking down and blending can take a long time for someone with dyslexia. But if you're dyslexic in English, you might not have that trouble in Chinese. That's because while English is an alphabetic language, using letters as the building blocks of words, Chinese is a logographic language. A logographic language uses written characters instead of a combination of letters to represent words. In order to know how a Chinese character is pronounced and what it means, you have to memorize the image of that character. What effect does this have on dyslexia? In English, dyslexic children often struggle with the phonics approach to reading, whereas their ability to read logographically may well be unimpaired. Since logographic Chinese requires its readers to know the whole word at once, the difficulties for a dyslexic English speaker might not be as severe if they try to read in Chinese.
By the early 1950s, it was becoming apparent that a growing number of elderly Americans had no economic protection from the increasing cost of health care. Most people over 65 had very low incomes and few owned private health insurance of any kind. Congress began a years-long debate on this issue of national health insurance for the elderly. Critics in Congress feared Medicare would lead to substandard and overpriced care and felt that it should serve only the indigent. They also predicted that, with growing numbers participating, it would eventually bankrupt the federal treasury. The legislative compromise that became the final Medicare Act, officially known as the Social Security Amendments of 1965, was part of President Lyndon Johnson's Great Society program. Today, it protects more than 40 million Americans from the high cost of hospital care. Much of the program's costs are covered by payroll taxes paid by workers. Yet costs quickly started to exceed expectations, and as Americans' life expectancy increased over the years, the Medicare program became even more expensive. It has become a matter of national debate and a financial issue for every Congress and president since. Today, it is still one of the fastest-growing items in the federal budget. Nonetheless, Medicare remains a popular program and a well-established part of the federal government's role in our society.
The Moon is the fifth largest natural satellite in the solar system, with a diameter just under the width of China. It's composed of an iron-rich core, plus a mantle and crust containing minerals made of magnesium, oxygen, and silicon. The Moon's surface was once geologically active and covered in an ocean of magma. But today, apart from traces of water ice, the surface is completely covered in dust and rocky debris. Countless craters dot the Moon's surface, each formed by objects such as meteoroids, comets, and asteroids crashing onto the Moon. The largest crater, the South Pole Aitken Basin, spans across a quarter of the Moon's surface and is nearly deep enough to fit Mount Everest inside. The Moon orbits our planet at an average distance of 30 Earths. It rotates at the same rate that it revolves. So as it revolves around our planet, the same side of the Moon faces the Earth at all times. From the Earth's surface, we can observe 8 distinct traditionally recognized stages of the Moon's illumination. Called lunar phases, they have been observed for thousands of years and even provided the basis for the earliest calendars.
If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more PTE-related content. Don't forget to leave a comment below letting you know what you think or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I will meet you soon at our next video.